ideas and good concepts, and the writing just didn't come as easily to me as the art did. So that was a balance. But then the thing about a comic book is a lot of times it's a collaborative process, and a lot of people, and a lot of these comic books are done by teams, like writers, inkers, pencilers, So for me it was hard because anytime I tried to get with a writer, nobody knew my vision, or nobody really knew how I wanted to do except for me. Like, you may be a better writer than me, but you don't know this story, you don't know these characters like I know them. And then I just realized, man, and especially with Merce, because he's so much a part of me, like nobody else could write him and have it come out the same way, or have it come out the way it's supposed to. In the future, writers take over books and they might do something, but that core, that it has to be established. I have to establish them right now. And once that's done, I'll be more open to let somebody else come on in. But at that time, it was still so open that when I tried to work with people, they would try to bring their stuff in and kind of change it, and which is natural. It's a process. If you don't know where your character is, if you don't know what the world is concrete, that leaves room for people to come in and change stuff. If you can't be like, no, this doesn't happen. Yes, this happens. You know what I'm saying? You have to be like that. So that never worked out. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to write this shit myself, because that's the only way it's going to get done, is if I sit here, quit the fucking excuses and just sit here and do it. And that's what I did, man. I just wrote that shit, and I sent it to Marvel, I sent it to like Top Shelf, I sent it to DC, I sent it to Dark Horse. But at that point, it sucked. Like, if I look at the book that I sent them, I don't blame them for shutting me down every time, because it was crappy, man. The story wasn't clear, the artwork was sketchy, like it was sloppy. It was just really bad, because at that point I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it and see, fuck it. I think it's dope, so they'll probably like it too. But that wasn't the case, man. But now it's like a way tighter ship now. Like, now, when I decided that this is what I want to do, I just kind of got my shit together, man, and I just upped everything, the artwork, the writing. I just did it, man. When you realize that's what you want to do, and you have people that are interested in telling you that, hey, you have something here, that's motivational, man. So I just took that and just ran with it,
So how many rewrites did you go through with your script?
Oh, man, maybe about 3 or 4, because... You mean the script for the film?
For the comic book.
The comic book, okay.
You said because it was crappy at first.
Yeah, it was crappy because, I don't know, man. It was like, I still wasn't sure what the artwork, the writing hadn't caught up to the artwork yet. And I was cranking all these pictures out, and it just didn't make any sense. It was just a bunch of drawings with no really cohesive story. So then I just had to sit down and write. I was like, I'm not drawing anything else. I'm just going to write. I'm just going to write all these ideas. I'm just going to write. And it took me a while, man, and I would say I've been working on DayBlack for about 10 years, over 10 years. The first book that I did, I was in underground selling them, like just little pamphlets, little shitty pamphlets I had. And yeah, that was it, man. And
yeah. You had to rewrite it.
Yeah, I did have to rewrite it a few times
to get it right.
Yes.
So then, so where does that? Did you ever think that when you wanted to have a comic book, you worked on the comic book? Did you ever see it as also the story could be told in film? And I guess because you were a film buff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, man. That was, and then so many movies get made from comic books. That was just like the natural thought. I don't think anybody can do a comic book today and not think of the possibility of it being a movie, because that's just the way it is now. That's just like the logically next step. So, I always thought it was going to be a movie because I based Merce's look off of Mos Def. I think Mos Def had on something, and I drew it, and that was like, all right, this is Merce, this is the character. So naturally, I thought, well, this would be a dope movie, and Mos Def is an actor. And then when I started thinking like that, and I started putting together directors, I started thinking about how they would do it, which also led to my writing process. When I started thinking of it as a film, it became easier for me to write it as a book, because I switched it. I was like, okay, I'm not just writing it like this is some book. This is going to be a movie. And once I got into that mindset, everything kind of changed. And then I think the writing got a little bit better. I started drawing scenes as if they were scenes in a movie, like thinking about camera angles and all that good stuff, man. So then it just kind of like opened up another part of me that I had forgot about for a while. And then from that point on, that's when it just started getting good to me. So, yeah.
And so right now you're working on issue 3 of the comic book?
Yeah, actually I'm on issue 4.
So how many issues have you written already?
Right now I have 3 finished, and those are the 3 that are out right now. 4 is written now, because we're doing 3 issues a piece, and we're going to make them in a graphic novel. So the first 3, that's the chapter 1. The second is going to be 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're just kind of playing it by ear right now because my publishing company, Rosarian Publishing, is fairly new. So everybody's just kind of feeling their way out right now, just trying to kind of see who likes what, and before we really put a whole lot into it. But so far, man, like all the reviews and stuff I've been getting have been really, really encouraging and positive. So that's cool.
And how much of that story is told in the film that you're working on?
Not a lot, man. The one thing I learned about making the film is, especially when you have to collaborate with other people, like I have a director, Justin Jordan, and it's like when you have somebody that you're working with who they're putting equal resources into it as you are, you have to bend on some stuff, and you have to be willing to collaborate, and that I had to do, and which is why I understand why a lot of times you'll hear people say that the book was better than the movie, because the book you can really do what you want to do. You don't have to compromise. Okay, somebody didn't show up for the shoot, so we have to rewrite this scene, or somebody doesn't agree with a religious statement that I made in the script, but he's directing it, so I have to take that out because he's not comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just little stuff that you never think you would have to think of. So I would have to go back home and rewrite a script and take this out, take this in. But I don't regret it because it was all good, and it was all like everything made me a stronger writer to just be able to go back and just change stuff on the fly like that. Like, it only makes you better, I feel like. To just challenge yourself, and it just, just keep coming up. And everything I came up with, everything that I had to come up with out of necessity made it richer and made it better, because it was stuff that I never would have thought of that just, it wasn't predictable. It just made the story a lot stronger. So it was good. It was a really big learning process, but I prefer the book. I prefer writing a book, because you can literally do anything you want to do.
Yeah, especially, I like comic books because you can do all kinds of special effects that would cost a lot of money to do on film.
Yeah, and then you have to write stuff. When you're shooting a film, you have to take stuff out because we can't shoot that. Like Mercer had these dream sequences that were really trippy, but we couldn't. It was hard to film that stuff, so we had to just do like flashback sequences to when he was a slave, which was pretty tame compared to what's in the comic book. So,
got it. Then the orgies were too hard to cast.
Well, you know what? I took the orgies out. now the first book had orgies, drugs. Like, man, the first book was so raunchy, man. Like, but I could. But the thing is, when you have a daughter, like when I first started writing the book, my daughter was like 5 or 6, something. She was young, so I was just writing. I was doing whatever I wanted to do. But when they get older, man, and they start, I can't really justify why I'm drawing orgy scenes in this comic book anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I just wanted to do it because I could do it, and it looked well. I did it well, and I just I guess I'm just into that. I'm sorry, I just like drawing it. But and it's just like with people like Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. You're like, damn, why don't they make another funny fucking movie? Why do they make all these kiddie movies? Because they got kids, and they want to have something that their kids could see and that they could be proud of to show their kids. So it's the same thing with my daughter. She's 15 years old now, and I want her to be able to read my book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm proud of it, so I want her to look at it and be proud of it, not wanting to show anybody because it's wild. And so, I took all that stuff out, man. But some people out there got that book. Those books are floating out there, somebody's got the uncut DayBlack.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. Yeah. So what's the status with the film? Because it was a short film.
Yeah.
And then there was going to lead to a longer full feature.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to shoot a short, and we were going to shop it to HBO, to film festivals, short film competitions, and just see who would bite from it, because we just really thought it was a good idea. And so right now, man, and we were going to shoot the 30-minute film. We were going to upload a Kickstarter, and we were going to try to raise money to get a feature, or just, I guess,
Spark interest,
something,
yeah.
you know. So right now, the biggest setback, or the biggest thing I'm waiting on right now, are the special effects, because I guess to make the sky black is kind of a challenge. So, and Justin's like a perfectionist, man. So he's like, I don't even want to show you nothing yet. I'm doing it, but you know, you can't watch, which I can respect that, you know. So I'm just giving him his space. It's been a while, and everybody that was in the movie, they asked me all the time, like, "Yo, what's up?"
That was December, wasn't it?
That was like September, October.
Last year.
Last year. So, and it's coming up around that time, man. So,
yeah,
I'm waiting too, man. I'm waiting too.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, we still work on the Kickstarter ideas.
Yeah.
That's what, you know. While somebody's working on one thing, you start thinking about the other parts.
I know, we need to do that. Cause,
we need to sit down and just think.
Yeah,
out loud.
And I think when Justin sees that going on, he may be like, you know, all right, let me get back on this, because I think Justin, he lost his job around December, so that kind of threw a monkey wrench into everything, which I can understand. He has a family. He's trying to, you know, figure out how he's going to, you know, support them. So the movie kind of took a seat for the back burner for a minute, you know, which I understand. So, but in the meantime, man, you know, but I still had the book going, so I just, all right, let me focus on this book and just keep this rolling, because and the whole thing I want to do when the book comes out, my dream was I wanted to have a screening / book signing / DayBlack art show.
Yes.
Like all DayBlack
pieces.
That's what I want to do.
Yes.
But I gotta have the film. I gotta have something.
Right. But right now you can plan it.
Right.
So right now you plan that stuff.
Yeah.
Because the film is one aspect of it. The merchandise is a whole nother.
Right.
That's something else to work on. I know we're getting sidetracked because I'm excited.
Yeah,
okay,
man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm bogarting your interview.
Produced by Artist King.
Yeah.
The DayBlack book signing, man.
Yeah, but you're right. That's it. That's how you you make it a big splash, and you put a lot of elements in it together.
Yeah.
But that takes proper planning.
Yes.
If you want to do it, if you want it to be efficient and successful.
Right.
So we had to start thinking about that,
Okay.
and you need months and months ahead of time planning, because you want merchandise, you want products, you want people to ready to spend their money and support you, and that kind of event, it can launch the Kickstarter.
Right.
You know.
That's true.
That's it. So while we're getting all these elements together, and Justin has time to work on the film, you know, by the time he's ready, you're ready, the Kickstarter page is ready, all the rewards and all the things, elements are ready. Bam! Here it comes.
Yeah.
Big event. You know, sign up and big ass screen. People type in their information to donate, support the Kickstarter campaign right then and there.
We need to do it, man. We gotta.
So that's all.
Sit down and do it.
That's all I'm saying. You have to call me.
Right.
You have to text me. You have to say, Dan, I have these dates open. What's up? And I'll tell you what dates I'm open. And you know, we start coordinating like that, because it's gonna take little talks like this just to think out loud,
right,
and write stuff out and say, what does that sound like? What does that look like?
Right.
And it'll be a series of decisions, but eventually we'll have enough of a plan. You have to do a lot of artwork, but there'll be enough of a plan that you can say, cool, now we just wait on the rest of the elements.
Right.
So what you don't want is Justin be ready, and then now you got to catch up.
You're right. Man, okay, well,
Perfect.
We're going to hammer that out before I leave.
There you go. There you go. See? You're making me feel warm. Yeah! Yeah, man, so that's good. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad to know that at least that's on track, because it's on track. On track. It's moving. It's moving because, we all have personal projects. We're artists and we love art, and that's what we got into art.
Exactly.
We developed the talent to express our creativity, and later on you realize there's money to be made in this art form. And then you start doing that, and then got caught up in the business of it. And now you're in the business of art, and you feel that the only time you touch art is because you're going to get paid for a certain amount of money, and the project is not yours anymore. Now it's the customers.
Right.
So it's always exciting to hear about and be involved in personal art projects. Because now you get to flex the stuff that you really want to flex, the talent. and show and challenge yourself, you know. And so I don't know. That's what it gets me hyped, and I mean that's why I take on